on. Now what? What's next? Chompette's Cabin Courses. Starring cabbage, onion, raspberry, bread, and potato.
Hello.
Hello! Wait, back up. Welcome to the Chompette's Cabin Courses. You missed school too much, so we wanted to bring it back. Honest. I'll be playing the role of teacher today. You can call me Miss Cabbage if you like. Let's roll with it, alright.
Hey.
Can't wait to learn some new things today. Me too.
Cabbage.
Aren't you excited, Potato? I dropped out of grade school so I could work at the butcher. That's extremely depressing. Explains everything so far. Is he quiet because he doesn't want to sound held back? Three are terrible at whispering. They
Cabbage.
never learn their inside voices, Potato. Cabbage looks you right in the eyes. No dumb questions or wrong answers today. Cabin courses are designed to let you passively learn. Brain is porous right now, right? These courses will be perfect for that.
Cabbage.
That's correct, Onion. And the best part? No silly humans to interrupt anything. You ask about dead humans. Ah ha ha. Ghosts aren't real, silly. You ask about... That's enough.
Cabbage.
No question about ghosts today.
Onion.
Save it for a practicing medium, Stinky. Got a cornbread classic for you. What's a ghost's favorite food? Blueberry. You need to get bread a joke book. These puns are pathetic. Let the learning begin. You decide to listen to the Chompettes. Although you have the feeling something else is at play.
Cabbage.
First lesson, let's talk about that nasty oven. One of us was baked into a crust. You threw half of it away without hesitation. Human life is completely disposable to you. That's enough. I seem to have lost my place in the teaching curriculum.
Oh, cabbage.
Let's talk about the cauldron instead. The first cauldron dates back to the Bronze Age, which took place 3100 BC to 300 BC. You see a cauldron in the famous artwork, The Garden of Earthly Delights, where a birdman is wearing one like a crown as he eats and puts people down into a hellhole below. Nice. Yikes. Wouldn't want to fall into a hellhole. Most of us were placed in this cauldron, stewing for a day straight. The smell was so foul. Clung to all the linens in the cabin. Absolutely revolting. No problem, Bells. Raspberry. Need to speak with you for a moment. In private. The two awkwardly leave for the bedroom, slamming the door behind them. You can hear Cabbage chewing out Raspberry. What's another name for Brussels sprouts? Cabbage Patch Kids. Brad, that wasn't even a pun. Or a joke. It was more like a stalling. Cabbage and Raspberry join the group again. Raspberry, is there something you'd like to say? There is, Cabbage. You've committed crimes against humanity. You're a scourge on the earth sent to punish us. Cabbage may forgive you, but I never will. Wow, look at the time! This concludes the Chompette's Cabin Courses. Did you learn anything this time? Or did you just loaf around? Are you remembering it yet? Just join me in the boiling water sometime. It really loosens the meat off those old bones. Right in that nasty oven. There's nothing but a big pile of ashes in the oven. You seen that knife? Yikes! Big enough to cleave cabbage in two. Still leftovers in here. Dig in. Rules are different for people that die in the cabin. Everyone that does will know the kitchen well. The lucky ones are dead when cooked. The others have told us what you did to them. How many generations died brutally at your hands before you gave up? Was it your arthritis that stopped you? Or did you eventually feel remorse? That's enough. Thanks for playing along today. It was fun to revisit some old topics. Let's sleep on some of this, shall we? You've made your bed. Sweet dreams. Zoe. Sweet dreams. Dreams. Maybe. We'll see. Give it a moment. Everyone in here, awesome job. Tickle, tickle the baby. Tickle the baby. Tickle, tickles. Make sure that that's in there. And then Chop Chop. Where is your laptop at your dad's house? Where's your laptop? Huh? Back room. So your dad's room? Isaac's room. Yep. Yep. Mark your moves on there. And you. Ah. Nice. New Game Plus. His playthrough will have different dialogue events and decisions to make. Anatoly, Gregor, and Karen will start with 3 hearts each. Use this opportunity to max out your relationships. We highly recommend you create a manual save file right now for this shorter playthrough. Save. Fortunately, Mariah will not be available to max. Sorry. Aw, thank you for playing Cooking Companions. We hope you enjoyed the experience. Oh, almost forgot. Jump scare mode activated. Oh boy. Just kidding.
Gosh darn it!
You can feel someone approaching. Wake up. I said, wake up. Can't keep pretending anymore. Always, Mary. How could I be? I was the last to die. You try to reply, but instead have a coughing fit. Cough harder. I can see your jugular vein pumping. Pick your last words carefully. Sorry, Rhina. Yeah? I don't believe you. Prove it by getting rid of Potato. Do that, we're even. Getting rid of Potato might be a fatal decision. Rhina has bluffed before. Well, is Potato leaving the cabin? Fantastic. Follow through with this commitment and be social with others. Don't slide back into old habits. Who is Potato? Achievement unlocked. Mary Berry. Karen. Anatoly. Gregor. I'll keep us alive. I promise.
Not again.
Everyone watches as Mariah leaves the cabin. Silence is deafening. Dear Dream Studios presents Cooking Companions. After the three go to bed, you finally have an opportunity to use the bathroom. Oh, the candle blew out. You grasp blindly along the floor until you find a flashlight in the corner. This bathtub is filthy. You'll need more than a little elbow grease to get the stains out. Hmm? You notice a note underneath the bathtub. This notice shall serve as a summons to the Zakopane court. House you being accused of the following crimes: public disturbance, foul language and demeanor, refusal to testify at previous court cases, and refusal to agree to a search warrant of property. The hearing is scheduled for October 20th. Failure to attend will result in your immediate arrest and penalties up to hanging. Sincerely, Judge Constanci Louise. You take the court summons letter with you. Someone forgot to restock the toilet paper. Beyond disgusting. This is truly the scariest thing you've ever seen. With your interest waning, you decide to leave the bathroom. I thought I was... Okay, never mind. Time to surprise the others. You take out a cutlet of meat. Begin to cook it in the oven. Cooked meat. Where did you get that? You ignore Karen's question. What's that smell? Gregor finally gets off the couch. Where did you... The three are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven, cutting into small cutlets. They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing ferociously. Do you have any more of this? Explain how the meat is stored securely, hidden, so you can ration better this time. I understand. Thank you. Go throw up. Anatoly runs to the bathroom, puking in the toilet. You can hear him sobbing for a few minutes. Itchy ear. This taste is... Gregor wanders off. Anatoly returns, looking choked up. I left you some of the meat. Don't fight this, Anatoly. Anatoly takes a cutlet from the plate, turning his back to the group as he devours it. You can hear him crying. Finally, my focus is coming back. Going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay? Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to? We're going to start with Anatoly. Speak with Anatoly. Knock on the door first. Anatoly? Thanks for checking in on me. You ask if he still feels sick. Not anymore. I think it was a mental thing. Please don't tell me where the meat came from. The less known, the better. You nod. Thank you. Sure, Anatoly will remember that. Relationship is stronger. You leave Anatoly and go tidy up some parts of the kitchen. Hours pass. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. The hunger is now permanent within them. They're fine now, but soon they'll be begging for more. We've waited long enough. What's for dinner? Calmly explain that you want to ration the meat better this time and there will be no dinner. Fine. I understand. Guess I'd rather eat tomorrow than more today. No arguments? Perfect. Everyone decides to call it an early night. You fall asleep instantly tonight. And you have a strange dream. The river seems to be on fire, glowing eerily in the early morning light. A man on horseback is staring at you from the other side, blowing his nose into a handkerchief. Rickety bridge is the only way to reach him, so you decide to start crossing it. The bridge immediately sinks with your weight, causing the rotting wood of the post to crack. The wind pushes the bridge from side to side, frayed ropes creaking with each gust. As you reach the center, the man on horseback smiles at you. Raising the handkerchief, he brings it down in a violent motion, causing the bridge to disappear beneath your feet. You fall into the river of flame. You can see the man on horseback galloping away. You wake in a cold sweat. You wake up to see Gregor looking out the window. He turns to you, not smiling. You look out the window. You notice anything? Floodwaters have receded a little bit, but everyone is still bound to the cabin. The trail used to be completely visible. It's gone now. Good morning, big guy. I think we should have another piece of meat for breakfast. It's what she would have wanted. I think he's right. Please bring us more of that meat. Grab some of the meat from your secret hiding place. Cut it into squares, adding it to the boiling cauldron water. It will taste bland without any seasoning, but you need to serve it up right away. Mm-mm-mm-mm. What's taking so long? Boil it faster. Looks almost done. Patience. Finally finished. You serve the meat in bowls. Uh, Gregor drinks the broth first before swallowing the chunks whole, like a duck does when eating bread. Anatoly creates ripples in the broth using the spoon. He isn't eating. I'm sorry about earlier, everyone. I don't know what overtook me. Mar. I. Anatoly begins to weep. Look over at Karen. He didn't notice or even start to eat. There's just an empty bowl now. I don't know what happens when I max everybody out to the full hearts. Karen is staring right at you. How much more meat is left? You explain how most of it has gone bad. This is the last of it. Gah! How could you be so careless again? You remember Karen's knife? You need to think fast. What the heck are we supposed to do now? Wait around again? This storm isn't ending. Clear your throat. Anatoly? Yes? Tomorrow you should look for Mariah. Or forage for plants outside. I think you should go tomorrow, little guy. Nobody else can identify edible plants like you. I, I, please, Anatoly. You can swim back after a few hours. Gregor is right, Anatoly. Maybe you'll find Mariah out there. I think Mariah's fine by herself. He still hasn't accepted what happened yet. She doesn't need anyone's help. But we need your help, Anatoly. That's right, Anatoly. Please help us. Let me sleep on it. Okay? No problem, little guy. Everyone shuffles off to their rooms, reading books and knitting to pass the time. You go to bed, ravenous. Mariah. Something is approaching. wake up. You ask Potato where the chompets are. Cabbage, onion, raspberry, and bread? They've moved on. Just us now. Oh, achievement unlocked. I think we're alone now. The way it always should have been. Your mind finally manages to forget everything that happened. You fall asleep again, still ravenous. Sorry. You have a strange dream. You're walking down the steps when you trip and fall. You snap every bone on the way down, landing in the basement as a writhing pile of flesh and bones. Whispers surround you, their laughter ringing in your ears. You wake in a cold sweat. It wasn't such a strange dream. It was a more normal dream. Something smells terrible in the living room. Oh, Anatoly puked in one of the corners. Leave it there so the others will question his fortitude. Morning. Good morning, little guy. Well, Anatoly, what's your decision? I barely slept last night. Her whispers came through one of the holes in the floor. She kept telling me to come outside. We don't want to rush you, but one of us puked last night. So that's what that smell was? Anatoly is playing dumb for the group. Anatoly, my patience is wearing thin. You have 1 hour to make a decision. Well, why so quickly? Because I'm not waiting any longer. You see the glint of Karen's knife under her dress. Best watch out for that knife. Group disperses. Tensions seem to be rising. You have 1 hour to kill. What do you want to do? Chat with Anatoly? Chat with Anatoly. I'm gonna max out his hearts. And we'll work on Gregor. Anatoly looks pale. Thanks for coming over. Anatoly seems comforted by your presence. The relationship is stronger. Nice. Gregor told me he's heard Mariah. I'm sure Karen isn't being honest with me. You checked out the basement door closely. Every so often, I can see her peeking out at me through the holes. I really don't want to drown outside. But at least I won't have to have her tormenting me anymore. You know it's in the basement, don't you? Anatoly, I'm here for you. Th- Thank you. Anatoly analysis achievement unlocked. Staying in this cabin is messing with my head. I feel so lost some days. When I was 6, my father asked me to put flowers in the grave of our dead dog. That dog was very special to him, helped him find food during the war. When he came back injured, he brought the dog to meet my mother, who was pregnant with me. He truly loved that dog. He carried a vase filled with flowers with me into the forest. Took a left when I should have gone right. I was lost for 1 full day, wandering through the forest, crying and panicked. I foolishly skipped breakfast that day, so I was desperate at this point. I tried to, but I couldn't recognize any plants to eat. So I tried eating some random plant I found in the woods, but I upchucked all of it. I was humiliated when I stumbled back to my house. I'll never forget my father running up, worried, and I was still holding the vase with flowers in it. My entire shirt stained with puke. After that experience, I studied obsessively my mother's collection of foraging books, so I would never starve in the wilderness again. Thank you for absolutely everything. You nod, calling everyone together for a meeting. Anatoly, you okay, little guy? Anatoly looks pale, like he's going to pass out. Anatoly, have you made a decision? Yes, I'll help you all out. I promise. Thank you, Anatoly. Big tears roll down Gregor's cheeks. I'll I'll miss you, big guy. I'll miss you, little guy. Sure. Thank you, Anatoly. I know this wasn't easy, but it's for the best. Karen. Yes? I. Gregor looks at you expectantly. Did you want to say anything to Anatoly? You say nothing. I. Goodbye, Anatoly. Bye, everyone. Good luck, little guy. Thumb out of your mouth? I haven't had to say that in years. Oh, poor Gregor. See you soon, little guy. I guess all we can do now is wait. Good night. Achievement unlocked. Absent Anatoly. Karen goes to the bedroom to sleep. I didn't tell him the truth. Gregor is getting choked up. I didn't tell him. Missing him already. Gregor curls up on the couch for the night, turning his back to you. Shut your eyes, quickly falling asleep. You have a weird dream. You hear a scraping from the floor. Then I'm gonna have a weird dream. The red-haired woman won't let him live, will she? Too ravenous at this point. The more she consumes, the stronger she gets. At what cost? Sometimes staying silent works better. Just walk away and pretend you're innocent later. What a terrible perspective Potato has provided. Chompettes never would have listened to this crap. You fall asleep thinking about what Potato told you. You have a strange dream. It's lying on the table in front of you. Take up the glasses first, partially cracked, and set them down next to the workbench. Working the saw, you wrap the cuts in an old newspaper. You've seen this one already. There's something approaching, so you clench a fist and get ready to strike whatever's coming for you. You wake in a cold sweat. Look at the cuteness. Just look at this cuteness. Look at all the cuteness. You wake in a completely different place. Did you sleepwalk or found some meat? Oh, everybody's still asleep. This would be a nice surprise after yesterday's events. You decide you cook breakfast for everyone, cutting each slice fairly thin. Brown each side in the oven. The smell is unique. Oh, Karen runs into the kitchen. What is that smell? Give it to me. Now. You don't argue. Karen grabs a cutlet, burning her hands before bringing it to her mouth. Ack! She hungrily devours it, barely chewing. She grabs another cutlet off the plate and eats it. Thought she was concerned with rationing. Gregor wakes up from the couch and heads into the kitchen. Oh. Oh, God. Already? Gregor looks conflicted, but he succumbs to the hunger. They always do. Gregor eats his food in a few bites, carefully grabbing a second cutlet. The tears start streaming down his face, but he doesn't make a sound. Join them in the meal, quickly consuming the meat on the table. I can think straight again. We'll be out of here in no time. I need to ration anything now. Karen is sounding more determined than before. I lie down on the couch. Try to keep this food down. Gregor crawls onto the couch, turning his back to you. Karen leans in to whisper. Glad Mariah and Anatoly are gone. They were stopping us from bonding properly. How did she get so good at it? You tell Karen. After one bite, it just made me feel whole again. Even with the nightmares. It's worth it. Took a few nights, but I fought back. And now it's all I can think about. I read the books on necropsy. Text is ancient, but the diagrams are beautifully drawn. Excuse you. Get your leg down. Get up and walk around if you need to stretch. Very descriptive. How many years did it take you to perfect the craft? You tell her. Yeah, right. I used to tell Mariah that you weren't funny, but that's not true. Sorry about that. You've grown on me. Karen pauses deep in thought. You know Gregor can't swim, right? He'd be the next to leave, but he doesn't stand a chance outside. They always seem to come back. Right? In one way or another? Why wait for him to come back? Karen hands you a vial of liquid. You know what needs to be done. This is a strong anesthetic. Don't ask me how I found it. I want you to slip this into Gregor's mug tonight. This is for the best. You won't feel any pain until he wakes up. All you have to do is stand back and let me work on him. This request is beyond extreme. Will you do this for me? Why don't you do it? I need to psych myself up for what's next. This is my first time, and I want it to be perfect. You said no last time. Okay. Leave Karen alone in the kitchen, crawling into bed and falling asleep instantly. They did say sometimes saying nothing was better. Wake up, sleepyhead. You are having a nightmare. Gregor is waiting for you. You get out of bed and follow Karen to the couch. Gregor. I think he's trying to speak. What is it, Gregor? You tell Karen that Gregor has died. He hasn't spoiled yet. Let me show you the rest of him. Karen shuffles over to the basement door, opening the lock with the knife. Why wait until she's in the basement? Take back the knife and end her life. Explain how difficult it is to get blood out of the wood. Your laziness is unbelievable. When those four entered the cabin, you should have killed all of them. You're getting soft. Nursed a weakened butcher back to health? What if she ends up killing you now? I brought you the key. She goes downstairs, locks the door behind her with that deadbolt. Then let her rot. Karen, Potato, might have made great allies in another life. You need to stop her before it's too late. Walk over to the basement door. Where's Karen? When are you fixing this hole? Feel her breath coming through the crack in the door. Lock the basement door. What the heck are you doing? Goodbye, Karen. She slips into the darkness. You need to move over. You're encroaching on my space and you're shoving me into the side of the chair. It hurts. Climb on the couch to rest, waiting for the basement noises to become silent. Day 12. Day 13. Mariah was correct. It's freezing over here. Frigid air swirls visibly in front of you. Basement noises have completely stopped. What do you want to do? You want a jump scare, huh? Lots of cobwebs underneath. Thankfully, no spiders. Shelf? There's various books on a wide variety of topics. No time to read them now, though. What else is under the couch? Notice a child's toy. How did this get under here? Take a closer look at the subjects. Cooking, herbalism, skinning. Books that are good for surviving in the wilderness. It's a small wooden boat. That's weird. No ports anywhere near here. Take another look at the subjects: carpentry, metalworking, tailoring. Books that are good for crafting in the wilderness. There's a name engraved on it. Raziel. Maybe Bread would want this? Bread's not around right now. You'll have to hold on to it until the moment is right. Bookshelf? Wasting time reading books? We're just browsing. Sure. Why not read this one? Potato nudges one of the books. The edges of the papers are a little singed. This was saved from a book burning. Wonder why. One may in truth proceed against such a man as against a person who is gravely suspect, but he is not to be condemned in his absence without a hearing, and yet the suspicion may be very grave. We cannot refrain from suspecting these people, for their frivolous assertions do certainly seem to affect the purity of the faith. There are three kinds of suspicion: a light suspicion, a serious suspicion, and a grave suspicion. You take the singed book with you. I've got three of the taking notes now. I'd say your entire life has been a grave suspicion. It's a shame you never went to trial for anything. That would never happen. Carrying around a book would be a burden, so you put it back. The rest of the books are boring. It's not around right now. You'll have to hold on to it until the moment's right. Okay. Eat a meal. You decide to have a quick lunch at the table. She escaped. You wake in a cold sweat. Wake up, sleepyhead. You were having a nightmare. Oh, wow. The sheets are completely soaked. Are you setting the bed? Feel underneath you. Gross. Must have broken a fever because the sweat is everywhere. Don't worry, we can wash them in the basement. Just unlock the door and we'll make a day of it. You're not that slow with laundry. Come with me. I have something to show you. Cautiously get up, following Karen out of the bedroom. Weird. You just hit your head on it. I think lampshades aren't that hard. The basement door was already open. I'm hungry. Let's get something from the basement. You feel the cold presence of Karen behind you. Goodbye. Stop! Grab onto the railing. You do so, feeling a slight push on your back. Feel the presence leave. That was a close one. Karen will try everything in her power to kill you. Tread cautiously downstairs. Why are you helping me, Potato? Because I pity what you've become. Work your way down to the bottom of the stairs.
Above your knees.
Something is approaching. Raya? Can you hear me? I've been down here the entire time. It's so good to see you again. There's plenty of bread down here. Why aren't you saying anything? No, yeah, I can see her. I'll never forgive you for what you did. But Anatoly, through heck, you desecrated my corpse. You gave them that disgusting hunger. All of that is water under the bridge now. Anatoly's down here. Come have some bread with us. They always try things like this. Their anger, concentrated near their grave, leads to tricks and traps. You're not falling for this one. Why aren't you listening to me? There's bread down here. Loaves of it. Loads of it. Loaves of it. Fine. I won't stop you from finding the others down here. A piece of advice: beware of Karen. She is ill beyond repair. Rager will try to talk you out of reaching the room, and Anatoly will try to talk you into leaving the cabin. Karen will rip the flesh from your bones. We'll talk again. You feel Mariah leaving the staircase. You go deeper into the abyss. The walls. Down here, they're dirt and soot. Something is approaching. Oh, Gregor. Glad I found you. Rain outside has stopped. Did you hear that knocking? Another trap. Yeah. Everyone's upstairs and wants to leave. Mariah was worried sick about you. You tell Gregor about speaking with Mariah. Guess I can't lie to you, huh? Just stood there while Karen took my limbs doing nothing. Are you frightened by her?
I did not. I went to sleep.
That's right. You won't come upstairs with me. Please turn on the light when you reach the room. I want to see the look on your face when that light bulb turns on. Can you do that for me? You nod. Thank you. Thanks for letting me lick the bowls clean. That was enough to keep him at bay. We'll meet again soon. Beware, Karen. Feel Gregor leaving the staircase. You descend deeper into the abyss. The air pressure down here feels greater. Getting closer to Karen with each step. Something is approaching. Anatoly. Oh, thought you'd still be fending off that glutton Gregor right now. You tell Anatoly about meeting with Gregor. Oh, I was gonna try to see if you wanted to pick onions with me. You shake your head. Guess there's no fooling you, huh? You survived this long, and now you'll need to fend off Karen. Can't tell if I'd rather have you or her sticking around down here. You ask Anatoly where Karen is. Oh, she's just below us, waiting to devour you. Karen's been practicing on her butchering again. Maybe she'll start with your arms? Haha. Down here, the whispers have told me about you. I can't even believe some of the things you've done. Worse than any war crimes. So many whispers about those sort of things. So many whispers down here. It ends at the bottom. Karen might be alive down here, but you won't be. Why were you nice to me? Did you want to prey on the weak? Or were they just another meal ticket? Whispers told me the truth. Hopefully someone ends this darkness soon. See you again soon. You feel Anatoly leaving the staircase. Grit your teeth and keep going. Your feet finally hit solid ground in the basement. Something doesn't feel right.
Look behind you.
Feel around the wall blindly and locate the light switch. Found you! Karen's grown stronger than you as of late. Consuming her friends has imbued her with a rage. She's lost in the abyss, and nothing but death can end this madness. I hope you've prepared for what comes next. Feel something creeping up in front of you.
Hello!
Cabbage! Cabbage, what do you? It took us forever to move the rubble you put in the mouse holes. Chompette, come out! I can give the toy to bread. Welcome back, sweet pea. Never fear, Onion is here. My cousin says, I'll rise to the occasion. Because he's bread. And dough rises. Sometimes, Mary Raspberry. What lie did you tell them, Potato? That you had moved on. Will you let us go? You shake your head. Someday, maybe. Chompette!
Cabbage! Cabbage!
Can't allow Karen to take over the cabin. She's much worse than you, Stinky. You see what she did to Gregor? Unhinged. She's a cut above you right now. Because they're butchers. You don't need our help with this. Just remember what she's done. Channel that anger. She's just like Potato now, right? Still here, Cabbage. And as punishment for earlier, we're locking you in the room again, Potato. No Chompette trial needed. You got company down here, Potato. One of us should hide the key. That's enough. No need to twist the knife. Ha ha ha. Good luck. Chompette, let's help out. I like the bread puns. Chompets get in position behind you, ready for what's next. You feel around the wall blindly and locate the light switch. Found you! Let's end this. I'll have to fight her again. Eyeball. Eyeball. Eyeball.
Cabbage!
Look, he's trying to speak. What? Why do I have a radish? Don't be shy. Try again. Where's Potato? Might take a few more days. Good job. Welcome to the Chompets turn up. Human unlocked. Here we go again. I made a new Chompette. Achievement unlocked. New game plus and G plus. Same diff. Why didn't I give that to Bread when I found him? What? The toy I found. Because that's not what you give him. To Bread? Or not Bread. To Potato. I thought you were talking about Potato. Alright. It is time. It is Karen, yes. It is time for one more break for me. Feel bad for her, but at the same time you don't. I don't feel bad for her. I didn't like her from the start. She's got a bad name. I'm kidding. I like people named Karen, but it's fun to meme on. I like people who are acting like a Karen, but people who are named Karen are two totally different things. But this Karen acted like a Karen. Sienna, Miss Diana, okay. Oh, yes. I don't know who that is, but good job. Kickstarters. Kickstarter backers. More Kickstarter backers. All the Kickstarter backers. I agree. It was a Karen named Karen who acted like a Karen. Yep. Debunky do. That would be cool. I'm sitting at $20 so far. And I have until 5 p.m. to make it to $35. So I need 15 more to extend the stream for an hour. Every $35, the first 4 times today will it will extend the stream for an hour. Why, thank you. It's a good thing I love you because I hate the smell of those chips.